often happens in life, characters in Unfinished Love also plot their moves without quite realizing it. For instance, when the young woman calls Professor Desai, she is plotting a move, or when Professor Desai is mounting on a search for the biological father, he's also plotting a move. So eventually, all great stories boil down to the game of chess, people plotting their moves, conflicts rising, and eventually one achieves a denouement. Dr. Bharat Thakkar, a well-known Chicago-based engineer, professor, and a poet. I've been curious to ask, it didn't start off as a piece of fiction, it started off as a real-life story about 20 odd years ago. Would you care to relive some of what happened and how you went about it?
Yes, this event happened sometimes in 80s and it's concluded in 1996, something like that. So it took quite a long time, and this was before the time of internet and all that. So it took about like 14, 15 years to get this thing concluded successfully. And at the time when I was doing it, I was trying to help someone who's really desperately looking for her biological father. And I said I felt her pain, and I thought that maybe let me try. So then I was surprised myself that the event concluded successfully. Then I thought about that there is a potential of making a movie out of this thing.
How much did you have to deviate from the real events?
There is some, but not much. I think main event is still there. The idea is still there. The way it happened and realized at the end as a successful event.
Dear Professor Desai, my name is Mary Mayflower, and I write to you with a great deal of anguish and anticipation. We don't know each other, but I hope to be able to meet you someday. I have been searching for my biological father for the past 5 years, and you are among several people with the same last name Desai that I've written similar letters to and hope that I may find some way of reaching my father who had the same last name. I know it is a long shot, but if you've been searching for your father as long as I have been, even the slightest possibility keeps one's hopes alive. I was born out of wedlock. My father Indian, my mother American. I was given up as an infant and adopted by a very kind family. I did locate my mother, who unfortunately wanted nothing to do with me. My only hope now is that I find my father who has the willingness to at least acknowledge me, if not accept me. I would be grateful if you could help me in any way at all. Thank you, Mary Mayflower.
As a first-time executive producer of a feature film, it has been a big challenge for me to look for a film director of great credentials. It's rather fortuitous that I ended up with Mr. Sri Prasad, who is a national award-winning Indian director, has a long history of having done quiet, subtle movies, and that too at a time when New Wave was still striking its roots in India. The main locations of Unfinished Love are divided between the city of Chicago and surrounding areas. And there is a substantial amount of shooting that's going to happen in India because the two central characters do happen to travel there. As I mentioned earlier, we are in the process of raising funding for that, and hopefully this little introduction will help us towards that goal.